Hi, love.
Hello, Mrs. Brewer.
How are you?
I'm good. Happy November. We're into November.
Happy November.
We're in a Colorado Rockies jersey.
I know. This is like...
They've been out of it since like April.
They were out of it before the season started.
Well, that's true. April would have been the first game and they lost. And I'm sure that set the trend for the rest of the year.
I'm going to do some PSAs here. First of all, I do not wear this in solidarity with the ownership of the Rockies, known as the Monforts, or the four-letter word here in Colorado.
They do make a great product off the field and or surrounding the team.
Yes, Coors Field is a great product.
Hence the reason.
team is horrid.
On the field product is a single A team.
But I am not a fair weather fan. And I'm a Colorado girl. And I remember when the Rockies first came to town.
Rocktober.
And we've had some Rocktobers over the years. My dad, before he passed away, he and I got to go to a Rockies playoff game.
Yep. That was the last time they were in the playoffs.
That was the last time they were in the playoffs, which is very sad because I think that was 2018.
Yeah.
It was 2018.
It's been a minute.
It's been a hot minute.
It's been a season.
So,
seasons.
I wear this because it is a baseball topic today.
It is.
And
you got a hot take, don't you?
And this is my hot take.
I am anxious to berate you because you berate me on my hot takes.
We don't have too many fights that start because I have a hot take.
The reason I'm very excited to just... I'm geared up, so please, center stage.
For the first time ever, you're the one in line with the masses.
Yes.
And I'm the one out here saying, let's change things.
I thought you said you would never do that because the public, whatever you say, the perception is always right.
I don't know if I've ever said that.
That's the reason.
The public is always right.
That's the reason.
My God, I have
that's
never
the
said
reason
that.
you said that. Society says chocolate is candy. We're not getting into this, but you're like, it's already done. Chocolate is candy.
Yeah, because there's no reason to do it.
There's no reason to do what you're talking about.
Okay, all right.
Get into it. Get into it.
So, first of all, I
gotta crack my nuts.
Hate the Monforts, but I love my Rockies. I will always love my Rockies. I hope that they get sold, and I hope the Monforts...
But you still want to keep them in Colorado.
No, yes, I want them in Colorado, but I hope the Monforts, disappear off the earth, and the Rockies get sold.
That's a strong statement.
A little bit, though.
Disappear off the earth?
I don't want them to die. I just want them to go into hiding. Anyway.
That turned weird quick.
You don't know. Actually, you're a Cubs fan.
I don't know.
Actually, you're a Cubs fan. Y'all went through years. So
a century. Let's put it let's tell it what it is.
Yeah. Okay. All right, fine. You know.
I know.
All right. All right, so the topic of the day it's our first true sports topic.
Okay.
And my hot take is that should perfect games actually be awarded to pitchers?
Yes. 100%. Yes.
Okay, but hear me out.
I'm hearing you.
Here's my thing. Unless for some reason the pitcher were to strike out every single batter he saw. So it was 27 batters, 27 strikeouts. Okay. Unless for some reason that occurred, the pitcher had help getting to the perfect game. The defense assisted. It was a team accomplishment.
Wow. I'm going to have to okay. I had heard that you were talking about this. I'm just going to let that breathe for a second. You are saying that the perfect game, and I'm guessing you're saying no hitter as well.
Yes, both,
that is
same.
one and the same.
Same.
Not one.
Well, no, they're not the same, but
that's
same
not
argument.
the same, but yes, same argument. That you are not going to award a pitcher said perfect game or no hitter because they obviously had help from their defense.
I think it is very silly when individual players are awarded statistics based off of a team accomplishment. I think it's dumb that they get wins and losses. Why are they the only ones who get wins and losses?
But you could say that for any sport that involves team defense that has awards going to a shutout, a la hockey, a la lacrosse, soccer. Okay. All of those are awarded to the keeper, but it's obviously a defensive effort on the entire team.
And I would be okay with that being like the Rapids had a shutout, and then it wasn't just the goalkeeper who shut it out. However, in sports like that, in sports like soccer / football, In sports like
Dynamite
soccer,
drop in there, man.
hockey, lacrosse, those types where it's a more fluid environment where you can't necessarily you can project that a defensive play probably saved a goal, but you really can't 100% definitively say that they did. Whereas in baseball, there are clear examples of when the defense absolutely saved a run. When the outfielders go over the wall and catch a ball that was clearly a home run, they 100% saved a run. And you can say that without any controversy whatsoever. They saved that run.
You could say that like in, so our son, I'm just going to put in a plug for our son, saved a goal when he was not in goal last weekend. Goalie was completely out of play, wasn't even in the goal. Zach was able to save that by out using his hands. That, in the sense, that's still going to go to the keeper as he got a shutout. But like, he saved that.
That is true. That is a very, very rare scenario where you can say that a defensive play 100% saved a goal.
But I think it's pretty rare, too, in your instance, where someone jumps over the fence, saves a home run.
I think it happens regularly in baseball.
Regularly.
Maybe not regularly during a perfect game or no hitter, but it happens. I see highlights all the time of outfielders making these ridiculous plays at the wall.
Sure. Okay. I'll give you that. It probably happens more than a non-goalkeeper saving a goal.
Right.
I'll grant you that. But I'm just saying, if that was the case, then the shutout, as you're saying, should be awarded to the whole team.
Yeah. I think it's silly in any sport, but baseball does this more than any other sport.
Baseball has more stats than any other sport. I know.
Baseball statistics are so dumb. But anyway, I think
you are anti-baseball.
No, I love baseball.
You're anti-stats.
I'm sorry. I'm wearing a baseball shirt right now. And
you're anti-stats, though. That's the whole point of baseball.
We have overcomplicated sports with statistics. However,
Paul is going to be upset with you.
Baseball does this more than any other sport where an individual player gets the credit for what the team did.
But okay. What is and I got to have my phrasing correct here. Yes, in a perfect world, is the job of a pitcher or the ideal job of a pitcher to strike out everyone? Sure. Is that realistic? Absolutely not.
Correct.
So what, in a sense, is the reality of their job? I know what I want to say. I'm going to let you walk right into it. I don't know
what this has to do with my argument, but...
Then you ask me. What is the reality
because I will spit it back to you. That's fine. We've been together long enough that I can regurgitate...
That was really good, by the way, wasn't it?
I can regurgitate this back to you.
Okay.
You're going to say that in a realistic world, not an ideal one,
apparently she knows me.
In the realistic world of baseball, the job of a pitcher is to get outs by either striking people out or putting the ball in play so that their defenders can make the play for them.
I rest my case.
And that's fine because the defenders helped. That's my whole point.
But that's their job. Okay. The defender's job is to also field and make plays, whether that's a catch, whether that's a throw to the first, whatever it be, whatever the situation allows for. However, there might be instances where the entire defense doesn't touch the ball. Like in a no-hitter situation, it may never get to the outfield. Now, it probably does. In a perfect game, it may never get to the right field or shortstop, whatever the situation calls for. But why should you award a perfect game and or no-hitter to someone who had no play in that defensive battle?
But why award it to one person when clearly other people were involved? Because I'm saying that at minimum, the perfect game should be awarded to the pitcher-catcher combo. At minimum.
The battery?
Sure. That is.
Did you know that?
I didn't know that word.
So the battery, side tangent here, just for education. Battery is the pitcher and the catcher combined. So if that changes, there's several batteries throughout the game.
Usually the catcher doesn't change that often.
Not that often, sure, but if
unless there's a specific pitcher-catcher.
I saw a statistic the other day that in a normal Major League Baseball game, there's about 7 pitchers. Think about that. Yeah. I mean, you typically have a closer, you have middle relievers.
Times have changed.
I know.
Times have changed.
I understand that. I know.
Okay, so the battery, which is a word you just taught me.
I
did not know. And I know a lot about sports, and I didn't know that one.
Did you taught, I'll give you full credit. You actually taught me something the other day about football, probably the sport I know baseball pretty damn well, but like football is right there. Do you want to have your moment in the sun about what you taught me?
I shall. We were actually watching the Broncos game yesterday.
You're not like,
going we were in the car watching the Broncos game because we were on our way to Zachary's soccer game.
That is true. But I was listening, but I was not watching. We were
the Texans missed a kick.
Yes.
Missed a field goal.
Sure.
And you mentioned about where the ball, like where we would get the ball, and I said no, the ball is placed where it touches down for the kick.
The spot
of the kick.
Correct.
And you were like, no, I think it's just the original line of scrimmage. And I said, no. It's where the ball is kicked. And then you had me really second guessing myself. So I Googled.
I wasn't 100. I was like, I don't think that's the case, but I wasn't 100% sure. Normally I'm like, no, Lindsay, you're wrong on that one. But I did not say that. And you were 100% right. I'll give you credit.
So learning. We teach each other things.
I love it.
Okay. So at minimum, the perfect game should be awarded to the battery. Because the catcher's doing so much to help the pitcher.
I agree with that.
Like the pitcher's throwing it, and I am taking nothing away from the difficulty of being a major league pitcher or a pitcher at any level. That is a lonely place to be. We all know.
Lonely. Out on the bump.
Out on by yourself. Everyone's staring at you doing your job. That is a very difficult position. But the catcher does so much to help the pitcher.
Yeah. Okay.
He is, making sure that they're throwing the right pitches. He knows the batters that are coming up and what they like. Like, I don't think people give catchers enough credit for what pitchers do.
That's pretty sexy what you just said right there.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah. You're wrong still, but that's pretty sexy.
Yeah. Very good. So at minimum, it should go to the battery.
Okay.
However,
I disagree, but
I just, it bothers me to no end that like in any given perfect game or no hitter, there are at least a handful of incredible defensive plays that save the game.
I think there's in any shutout, whether like all the sports that we mentioned earlier, there's going to be some incredible defensive plays.
Stop awarding individual statistics to team accomplishments.
You are just a socialist right now.
No, don't do that.
You are having a socialist mentality.
Let's not get into politics.
We did say no politics, but that is like a socialist.
No, it is not.
You're wanting to award it to everybody when it's the pitcher's responsibility.
But he didn't do it on his own. I want to give everyone credit for what they've done. That is like the least socialist thing on earth. I want everyone to get their due for what they've contributed.
So you take some of the best pitchers of all time, like the strikeout pitchers, the Roger Clemens of the world, the Randy Johnsons, Nolan Ryans. That was their job, but like they also were paid a lot of money and had a long longevity and won a lot of games by having their defense help them. They put the ball in play. They did not strike out everybody.
No one ever has.
No one ever has. So what I'm saying is that the reality of the situation is they are paid and they are rewarded for doing their job and not giving up home runs, not hitting batters,
and
not walking people. And all of the
defenders who made significant defensive plays to help those no-hitters, to help those perfect games, every single one of those defenders who did their job correctly is getting zero credit for that.
But that's what I'm saying. You may never touch the ball in a perfect game.
I don't care. All of the people who did are getting no credit.
I think like you get credit for just like being part of that situation.
No, you don't. Name a defender who made a great play that helped a perfect game. Name one.
I could come up with it.
No, please, right now, name one.
Okay, off the top of my head, I can't. But if I were to actually see someone recently who had a perfect game, I'm sure I could come up with one.
Yeah, you'd probably, for a hot minute, be like, wow, what a great defensive play that guy made. Mm-hmm. And then it would immediately leave your brain because the whole narrative is around the pitcher's accomplishment. And it wasn't him. It wasn't just him.
But, okay. So are you not going to award any shutouts then that go directly to the catcher, the pitcher, the goalie, the keeper, whatever it is, they are responsible for not allowing any runs, pucks, hits, whatever it is, you're not going to award that.
That's a very oddly different world.
I don't think it is.
Because I would be in favor of that. However, you can directly show that okay, fine. If a keeper never touches the ball and it's a shutout, yeah, they shouldn't get credit for that. They did nothing.
There's been multiple times when I'm sure that's happened where they're like,
fine, they should not get credit for that. They didn't do anything.
Well, okay, is that going to happen? Like, that's just that is a shutout. That is a shutout.
Yes, and congratulations to the team for accomplishing that goal. This is what we always try to in sports, and even athletes, they care about the team. They should. I know and professional athletes, usually cornerbacks and wide receivers are
the divas.
Are the divas who probably care less about the team than everyone else.
That's a bold statement, right?
As a whole, cornerbacks and wide receivers care less about the team and more about themselves. As a whole.
That's an interesting argument we could have, possibly. Write that down. I like that. Write that down.
But these are team sports. Why are we giving individual awards?
But they still get the win as a team.
They do. They get the win, but it's also given to the pitcher for some weird reason.
Well, again, it's
like
statistics.
The team won, but so did the pitcher. But we're going to keep a different statistic based off of which pitchers win, and then there's saves, and then there's.
It's statistics. That's what I'm saying. Baseball is full of statistics, and you're anti-statistics, and not going to say anti-baseball. You're anti-math.
I'm very pro-math.
I'm very pro-math. I'm just saying but like there are all kinds of statistics in all sports that have, if you're going to extrapolate that out and break it down, there are so many things.
The only argument you have is goalies and shutouts.
No, I'm going to say like in football completion percentage. Like if you have a low completion percentage, you could throw the ball each time exactly where you need to as a quarterback and your receiver just drops it. Yeah. That is not the quarterback's fault, but that goes against their completion percentage. I feel like
drops should be taken out of the completion percentage.
But why?
Because that's not their fault. There are others. Okay, walks don't count as a at-bat.
Correct.
So there are other statistics where we take something out because it shouldn't count against your batting average, right? They don't want walks to count against your batting average because you got on base, you did something good, but you didn't actually hit the ball. I actually think
on base percentage is the most underrated statistic.
But that's not my point.
I am just saying like that is the most underrated statistic.
What I'm saying is there are examples of us taking statistics in other sports, a la walks against the batting average, where you take something out because it shouldn't count against you. So if it's considered a drop and they keep those statistics, they keep drops as a statistic.
But then
if it's considered a drop.
But like if a quarterback throws a ball and it's tipped 3 times at the line of scrimmage, they did not do their job, but all of a sudden it lands in the hands of someone on their team, that still counts as a completion. That's what you can't have it both ways. Either you just don't have the statistic because it's misleading either way.
First of all, very rare.
Well, I'm just saying. I
think it is. Well, okay, but you could argue very much that like that's the offensive lineman's fault. Like, so yeah, like individual statistics in sports are weird. Individual statistics in team sports are weird.
So that is your main. So are we really boiling it down to that? You're against anti-individual statistics.
I am mostly...
It should just be wins and losses.
No. I am mostly against perfect games and no-hitters being awarded to pitchers. That is my biggest, hill to die on.
Okay.
Disagree. But I could roll this through, and if you want to keep giving me examples, I will tell you whether or not that makes sense or not.
So you're the coup de grace?
Yeah, you tell me, and I will let you know whether or not that statistic
We're going to be here a long time.
It's going to be a while.
We're going to be here a long time.
It's going to be a while. Baseball has more statistics than any other sport.
I'll agree with that. 100%.
And I just think most of them are silly.
I think on-base percentage is probably one of the ones that is underrated and probably, in my opinion, the most important.
No, it's one of the reasons why Todd Hilton got into the Hall.
Well, sure, yes.
It's one of the reasons Todd Hilton got into the Hall of Fame is because he was so consistent for getting on base.
Yeah, I agree. He was
in any way possible.
That's again, when everyone puts all the emphasis on like, batting average and home runs, sure. Like, do they hit 60 to 65 home runs pretty much every year now? Yes. But do they have a shitty on-base percentage? Probably, because either hit a home run or they strike out.
Yeah, like what's Aaron Judge's on-base percentage?
He's pretty good because he gets walked a lot. That's a bad example.
All right, so
that's a bad example.
What's his batting average?
That I don't know. I mean, he's probably 275.
Right, so he's not like a career 300 hitter.
No, there's not many career 300 hitters anymore because it's all about the long ball, which is dumb. I will say
station to station baseball.
Oh, I love when you say you are so sexy when you say that. I have taught you so well. You did not know station to station.
Yes,
baseball.
I did. You like to pretend that you have taught me all of this stuff about sports. I have been a sports fan my entire life. I know things about sports that you don't. So don't come at me and say don't mansplain this to me. That you somehow have enlightened me to the world of sports.
You did not know wrestling. You did not know wrestling.
Wrestling was never my sport.
You did not know UFC.
No. Yes, I did.
UFC?
Yes, I did, because Ryan, my friend Ryan in college, he was a huge UFC fan.
He's the one a Metallica fan, right?
I watched with him all the time.
Okay.
He used to get the pay-per-views and I would go watch. I knew UFC before I met you.
Okay.
I know more about sports than most people. I'm not even going to take my gender into account.
Yeah, when you started sprouting off Major League, that's the thing.
Well, that's a movie, or not sport, but that's fine.
That was a movie. Not a movie.
Not really. Major League is very much not realistic to baseball.
Oh, come on. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I feel about so I think of the Colorado Rockies like the Cleveland Indians, where they're just terrible and they're eventually going to get a Rick the Wild Thing.
Oh, they're just going to all they need is the motivation of like a naked woman poster.
Yeah. I don't think we want to see Miss Monfort on the...
God, no. I've never seen... Okay, first of all, the Monforts probably have hot wives because they're rich and can get hot wives. That's how they do things.
I don't think Miss Monfort's that hot.
Have you seen her?
I have.
You have?
Yeah, the guy's like 70 and dating or married to like a 70-year-old.
Hugh Hefner was 100 years old and was dating teenagers. Like no one, if you're rich, you can get whatever you want. But I almost want to give him
credit.
On
a weird
if he has his OG wife, I almost want to give him credit for that. Almost.
Yes?
Almost.
Okay, we're going to look this up. Miss Monfort. Kill some time right here.
I don't know how I'm going to vamp about what right now.
What's Monfort's first name? Dick Monfort.
Which is so fitting.
Well, while we're doing this, should we wrap up?
Yeah, well, we should wrap up, but we were also going to, you've got a Savannah Bananas mug.
I do, yes. That was actually the most enjoyable baseball game I've watched in a very long time.
We went to the Savannah Bananas at Coors Field this summer with our kids, and it was the most joy I have had at a sporting event.
Joy.
I mean, it was like how baseball used to feel as a kid when you would go to the game and just enjoy. Well, she's fine,
lovely.
But you don't need a naked picture.
Yeah, I really don't.
But good
She's
for
like
them.
a grandma. She's a grandma.
Good for them. Way to be happy.
I know. They did something right. They can build like a good...
Okay, well, sell the team and enjoy your lovely wife.
Yes, exactly. Keep the stadium here because it's a wonderful venue.
Yeah. Sell the team. Keep the team in Colorado.
The product on it is shitty.
Please leave Colorado with your wife.
Okay.
All right.
This was an interesting one.
Yeah, that was, we got into the weeds a little bit. I think we are going to lose some people because we got a little squirrely there.
Probably.
Into the weeds of statistics.
Just know that Lindsay's wrong. She's anti-baseball, apparently. She's anti-pitcher. I love my pitchers.
Woo!
I was never a pitcher. I should have been because I was a lefty.
When you were making your chocolate and candy bullshit argument, I never said you were anti-chocolate. I never said you were Sour Patch Kids. I just
I'm going to start a club.
Don't start don't throw opinions on me. All I'm saying is that individual statistics should not be awarded for a team accomplishment. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay.
Next topic. She's wrong. Next topic.
All right. All right. Well, we'll wrap this one up. We'll wrap this one up. And I hope everyone has seen that we changed the format of the Die on the Hill.
Yes.
We are no longer doing the longer episodes because they were getting so long. We're no longer doing those. We are now doing like a short, quick and dirty.
Quick and dirty. Yeah, you say quick and dirty.
Quick and dirty video where
I'll give you a quick and dirty.
where the loser has, I think 3 minutes or less, because that is what YouTube allows us to post as a short. 3 minutes
That's
or
a
less.
lifetime for some
I know.
people.
To say whether or not they're gonna die on that hill. So that's our new format.
Like us.
Please like and subscribe. Share with your friends. Please vote.
Lots of
We
votes.
had some good votes on this last one,
Yep.
so that's awesome.
We did.
And then we will see you all next week.
Love you, Lindsay.
Okay, love you too.
Bye.